What is up? What is up? Welcome to the OG calls in the building. My name is Bird Game 31 with OG Wade in the building. How you been, brother? How you been?
Look good, brother. Good. Living a dream. You know how it is.
Yes, it is, man. We are 7 days away from some football, man. How you feeling about that, man? 7 days before our birds go out there and start this championship run. I am excited. I hope all you guys are excited. We're gonna definitely talk about it. So, you know, where should we start out at? You know what I'm saying? Because we got the Patriots week 1, and I already hear signs saying that, Belichick is already ready to stop Jalen Hurts in this offense, this RPO offense. How do you feel about, when you hear things like that?
I don't doubt that. Belichick is one of the greatest coaches to ever, coach the game. So I expect his team to be well prepared for what we're bringing our offense. But unfortunately, what we do and the amount of weapons that we have is kind of hard. It's unfair. In a sense. So teams can only really try to stop us. And as long as they give a good effort, we'll appreciate the we appreciate it.
The thing is, like me, I always say, like, our offense is so simple that it's like you really, like you said, it's the talent. It's the talent that's on the roster. Yeah, that's what makes it hard to stop because we're not really that complicated. We kind of do some of the same stuff over and over again. There's just so many weapons to choose from between the same thing over and over again that it's just how you're going to stop it. You got two Pro Bowl receivers, Pro Bowl tight end. Will be a Pro Bowl running back this year, and Swift if everything goes right. It's like the best offensive line in football. It's like, how do you stop that offense, at the level that, when you got a quarterback like Jalen Hurts back there, Mr. MVP himself, that I am claiming that he will win that MVP this year. How do you think teams, I don't really think too many teams can stop it, but what would you do if you had to think like Belichick? If you were Belichick, what would you do to try to stop this offense?
Pretty much, I would just probably try to play as honest as I can, and kind of hope for some mistakes on the part of the Eagles' offensive weaponry. It's not too much that you're going to be able to do to stop a quarterback that is essentially a triple threat. So you only thing you really can do to try to make it is try to make it hard for him. You definitely don't want to blitz him. I know everybody say, "Oh, when his numbers is this when he's blitzed," but let me tell y'all something. This is why I say don't pay attention to numbers. All right, because you can say the numbers are this when he's under pressure and when he's blitzed. But how is it that he's always making positive plays?
Mm-hmm.
So those numbers are only predicated off of how many yards he gained off of being blitzed. But you're
Mm-hmm.
still not coming up with a negative play. You're still
Right.
not sacking him. You're still not tackling him for a loss. So you're just minimizing the yardage that he's getting on each play. But you're also gambling because if he manages to hit one of those hot reads and they go for a long ball, then that's going to be a problem for you because right now we've seen teams try to pressure him and it didn't work out for them. AJ Brown on that quick slant. Now, most times that we've seen him do the quick slant, he's been being tackled immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But what if AJ breaks one of those? You know what I'm saying? Now he's going to the house because there's nothing behind it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you gotta pick your poison with this offense, which is how we built it. You know what I'm saying? And it's what makes us special, and it's what makes us a Super Bowl, quality and caliber team is the fact that we have so many weapons, and there's really nothing you can do to stop what we do. Only thing you can do is try to get your offense to score on that level. Because there's no defense in the NFL that has ever stopped us. So
Fast.
if you ever seen us be limited in terms of what yardage we get and everything, it's all came when Lane Johnson was out, got
Yep.
hurt during the game. When Jack Driscoll had to come in and fill in for him. That's what
Mm-hmm.
stifled our gainage in the Dallas game the first time we played them. When you look at that game changed when Lane Johnson left the game. But we had the game intact, so there really wasn't no need for us to go outside of what we're doing and try to make an adjustment because we didn't have to make the adjustment. You know,
Right.
so teams have to force us to make some adjustments, which hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? So we can just sit back and and do our thing and try to get these dubs, man.
Yeah, we got that 53 man roster in. Jurgensen's is going to be starting right guard. Do you think that strengthens that off the line? Or do you think we probably be just about as good as we were last year, which is still good because we were the best in the league?
I think it's going to make it as good as it was. If you look at the Super Bowl game,
Mhm.
Isaac cost us in that game big time. I
Ooh.
don't think people realize that the Jalen Hurts fumble came off of two mistakes that Isaac Seumalo made. The first one on the third and inches that we was trying to get, he jumped off sides,
Yep.
so that marched us back 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So then we tried to run the ball on that third down and now six and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Seumalo missed his block, which gave the linebacker a clear path at Jalen. Jalen went to go try to put the ball where every running back or every ball handler is supposed to, which is on your outside arm. So,
Yep.
but when he went to do that, he mishandled the football and he fumbled it. So those were two huge mistakes that Isaac Seumalo made in that game that cost us tremendously in that game. Because remember, we were up 14. I mean,
Yep.
14, it was it was a 14-7 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So we were actually going, trying to get some more points, so yeah. But Cam Jurgens, he's a solid player. I don't expect to miss a beat there. And the great thing about it is that Jalen capitalizes off of stuff like that. If he knows that we may be weak in this spot of the offensive line, which is why Lane Johnson hasn't given up a sack in 2 years, he
Mm-hmm.
will adjust his game and his style of play according to the protection that he's getting during that game.
Right.
So now he'll either choose to run more or he'll leave the pocket and help out, making sure that the O line can hold up. He's not going to hold the ball long. So we have a great decision maker at quarterback. So again, he makes the O line better.
Right, I like it. I like it. You hear all the chatter. You hear all the chatter. Which receiver is more, who's the better receiver? Who's really the true number one receiver? We all talk about the 1A, 1B thing. Who do you think will have the better year out of A.J. Brown and Smitty this year?
I think this year, I think Smitty will have a better year in terms of numbers. But I'm with AJ. I want us to stop trying to put them up against one another, you know what I'm saying, and just enjoy what we got. Because
Right.
first of all, damn well, if one of them go down, we're gonna be like, well, man, we missed our. So, and if one of them leave here because they got pushed out because of the pressure that the fans and the media is putting on them, and who's the number one, and just relax, guys. You know what I mean? Because first of all, even the players has fell into that number one and number two receiver. Don't you know that there's no such thing as a number one and number two receiver in the NFL? I don't know why the media started that. This started years ago, but here's when it wasn't. Back when Michael Irvin and them was playing and Jerry Rice and them was playing, there was no number ones and number twos. You knew Michael Irvin was their go-to guy, right?
Right.
But who started the number one stuff? It's these what is that, PFFs and all this stuff. People
Mm-hmm.
don't realize PFF was created to make quarterbacks look better than they are. Let's get facts here, okay? Most of these quarterbacks that's not as talented as others, how can we get them to shine? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's create Pro Football Focus and let's look at break down how many throws he made from the pocket. What was his percentage outside the box? And how did he throw this ball? Bro, it doesn't mean any damn thing at the end of the day. It means zero, nothing. It's just something for us to talk about. So, by and large, let's cool it with this who's the better receiver. The great thing about it is this here is they're two different. They both different. You can't even compare them.
Right.
Just like you can't compare LeBron James to Kobe Bryant.
Right.
They two different players. So everybody is LeBron James greater than Michael? You can't compare them because they two different types of players. Body type, Smitty is smaller. He's a technician route runner. Okay, got great hands, good feet. AJ Brown is bigger. He attacks the ball at his highest peak. He's got big hands, strong hands. He's strong. He gets yards after the catch. He's a yak guy. So we got two totally different receivers. So you can't even compare them if you wanted to, if you knew what you were doing, because most of these people don't know what they're doing when you compare them. You don't compare them by how many yards they ended up with, how many catches they ended up, because that's all predicated on how the defense is playing you.
Max.
That's all that is.
Yeah,
So
one
we
can be
need to
double
just pull
team.
it and let's take and just stack these dubs, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, like you said, one could be double team, one can have coverage rolled over to him, for having a hot game. I think we seen all last year when one was going off one game, the very next game the other one would be going off. So it's like pick your poison, like you said. Which one are you going to try to stop? You can't stop both of them at the same time. It's a luxury to have both of these guys on the football team, and hopefully we can get even more great receivers on here. Because I want to see both of these guys be a duel. Whole what they call them, a skinny Batman and swole Batman. I want to see the Batman duel here for years to come. I know it's gonna be hard to keep re-upping them, but let's try to get them. Let's get some championships while we still got this duel back there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We
Go
got
ahead.
something's brewing right now. We're looking. Well, I've been hearing some whispers that we're looking to trade for the player from Atlanta. What's his name? The returner and Patterson.
Really?
Yeah. So there's been some. And so I want to see how that pans out. He would be a great pickup if we get him.
Look at that breaking news.
Great pickup.
Last year was he?
Cordell Patterson.
Was he a free agent last year? Was that what it was?
He was, but they signed him.
Yeah, see, last year I wanted him.
Yeah.
And even this year I want him. Like you said, that'd be a great pickup. He can help in the running game, the passing game, the return game. I think that would be amazing. We wouldn't have to worry about who's our punt returner, who's our kickoff returner, because he'll be there. He'll actually be a like Pro Bowl caliber, do it at a Pro Bowl caliber level to the point where that just take our team to that next level. So that wherever you heard that from, let's keep throwing them whispers out there so we can get them on that football team. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. But you got to understand how he's about to do something. We still need a punter, and we only have 4 wide receivers on the roster right now, which that can't stay like that going into the first game. You can't go into the first game with just 4 wide receivers. So they're leaving that spot open for somebody. Howie is working.
It's just more now. They look at Swift and Gainwell being more receivers, so they basically are counting them as another receiver out there.
Yeah,
we probably won't run too many 4 wide sets. So you're looking at Quez and Ozolari switching in, off and on, and then you still got Gainwell. I can see Gainwell and Swift on the field at the same time. To get Gainwell flexed out or Swift flexed out to do some of them Texas routes, some zig routes. On a football field. I thought about that too. I was like, whoa, we only do have 4 receivers, man. 4 receivers. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, what's happening right now is what I've learned how Nick Sirianni coaches is that according to the team that we're about to play, that's how we draw up our game plan. So all you have to do is try to get an understanding of what is the strength of the New England Patriots on defense. Okay. So they're great at safety and they're great at corner. So where do you want to attack them at? You want to attack them in the run game.
Yep.
What New England look to do is they look to build a wall. Okay. And that's how they attack. So Matthew Judon will be coming hard off the edges. Sometime he'll run a Texas stunt. He'll come around and try to get in the middle, which Dickerson is going to be there to stonewall him. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I think it would be important for us to focus on the running game more than the passing game, because this is where we're going to be able to establish that run, because they're not good run stopping team.
Okay. Do you think this is the year Dickerson becomes All Pro?
Yes, he should have been all pro last year.
Yes.
Dickerson is, to me, by far the best guard in the NFL right now. So his size, he's massive. He's very aggressive. He's very smart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a beast, bro. He's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that little tandem that him and Mailata be teaming up on, I like that a lot. You know, but yeah, he's definitely going to be all pro this year.
Being best friends, doing everything together. You know what I'm saying? That's a bond that you really can't break. That's a bond that, like you said, that's on the football field, it's like, how do you stop it? You know, our left side's locked down for years. You know, for years to come, that we're gonna be stonewalling people.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson, do you think Lane Johnson gives up a sack this year?
No.
He continues for what, 3 straight years?
Right. If you look at how they run their blocking schemes, and if you look at how our offense is set up, JALEN is actually looking at that spot. He's right-handed, so that's the first place that he knows if Lane is going to be able to hold up or not. I don't know if people have time to go and look at the games, but the way that Lane blocks and what he does is he gives some ground, and if he takes that bend, that's where you'll see JALEN leave the pocket and get out. That's his ringer. That's his alarm to see how Lane is struggling with his block on that particular play. That's what he's concerned about. So he's never really taken his eyes off of the line. He's always looking around. He's always surveying. He's always being aware of that moment, because he understands that if he takes a loss in that position, it hurts the team. It hurts the offense. It's going to put you behind the chains. That's something that is taboo for a quarterback. You don't want to do that. And many of them do it because they holding on to the ball too long, and that's how they end up getting sacked. JALEN don't hold on to the ball too long. He gets rid of it. He makes quick decisions, and he makes firm, and he's the best decision maker in the league at quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with you there. What do you think about the second tight end spot? You know, we got rid of Jackson finally. You know, he's not going to be in that, chance to be starting. We got rid of the dude from Jacksonville. What's his name? Arnold. We got rid of him, which I thought could possibly make the football team because of what he played last year. I thought he was a shoo-in to be on there. So that means he's putting all the trust in Jack Stoll and then Calcaterra.
No, I'm telling you right now, brother.
What?
We got a new sheriff down.
Who?
The boy Albert that we just got from Denver.
Oh, yeah, Albert.
I watched his tape. I looked at him. He's got the same attributes as Dallas Goedert. He's got good feet. He's 6'6". Okay. He's strong. He's smart. He blocks. We got a problem. We got a problem at tight end. Tell you that right now.
He's starting over both of them, you think, week 1?
I don't know. I don't think that he'll start, only because of the knowledge that Stoll and Calcaterra has of the offense. But he will play he's going to get a lot of snaps, put it that way. So how we operate in Philadelphia with our team, on both sides of the ball, it doesn't matter who starts. Just like it doesn't matter if Smith starts at running back. We spread that ball so frequently, you know what I mean? It's so plentiful. It doesn't matter who starts the game. Just like on defense, it doesn't matter if Fletcher starts at D tackle or if Jalen Carter starts at D tackle. They're all going to get snaps and about the equal snaps. You know what I'm saying? So we are luxury right now. We driving a Bentley right now. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
We have no weaknesses on this team. Some people want to tell you we got a weakness at linebacker. No, we don't. No, we don't. You just don't know how to identify talent. So if y'all think that Nakobe Dean is a weakness at linebacker, and I just explained to y'all the difference in TJ Edwards and Nakobe Dean, 2 different type of linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remember, T.J. Edwards was what, 7th rounder or even undrafted?
Yep.
It's the reason that was like that. Okay. And everybody say, well, who's going to get all the tackles that he had? Bro, if you plan every down, that player who's playing every down is going to get that amount of tackles.
Right.
It's just that simple. So
Yeah.
let's stop thinking that T.J. Edwards was some all-star linebacker that we
Mm.
couldn't afford to lose. He wasn't that special. He was good for what we needed him for. And again, he did not make splash plays. He was not available in terms of he's the reason when you got to go out and bring in D tackles to stop your run. That's the total focal point on your middle linebacker because the
Right.
middle linebacker's job is that running back. That's his
Yeah.
number one job is that running back. So if he's getting yards to a point that you need to go out and get free agent tackles to come in here to stop the run, that means your middle linebacker is not special. He's not doing his job. That's it.
I felt like Edwards was just as good as Singleton, was just as good of you go back the last couple of linebackers we had, they all were pretty much, top 10 in terms of tackles, but they weren't very good linebackers, you know what I'm saying? I do think that Dean is special. When you hear the man talk, he looks at everything in the sports types, situation where it's like he keeps everything on a cerebral level where he's like, oh man, I can dissect this. He dissects that. Last year, we even heard Gannon tell you that he wasn't on the football field very much, but he was, number one in the classroom when they were dissecting plays. He was able to call out the play. He was able to call out the formation then last year. So this year, what I'm saying, I'm really expecting him to be our next, like you said, superstar. Hicks type linebacker, maybe even better than Hicks. Who else was good? One Brad. What's the other one? Tequila Spice. Like, because he can hit too. He's a big, solid, thick boy. So it's not like you're just getting the cerebral side. He actually can go hit somebody, and he's very fundamentally sound in terms of tackling the football. He's always, at the right place at the right time, and he can run sideline to sideline. So I see, if everything goes right and he doesn't get hurt this year, I can see a Pro Bowl and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this year.
I told you last show that I think we have the best tandem of linebackers right
Right.
now. Are have we had a chance to put it on film? No. I think that San Francisco has some good tandem of linebackers, and after that, I mean, there's no one really, challenging us at that spot, and it'll be on tape after game one after we played New England. You're going to see how good Nakobe Dean can be.
We
He's
have a
the
lot of
perfect.
double tackle games. I tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, already, bro. If you look at his play, he's tackling the legs. That's something you never
Mm-hmm.
seen T.J. Edwards do.
Mm-hmm.
He tackles shoulder pads. Nakobe Dean, number one, goes after your legs. He tackles your legs. Secondly, or I should say, number one, he's shooting gaps and he's trying to prevent you from even possessing the ball. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's passing and running. Then he's going to get your legs. So there's no pushing the piles with him. There's no we trying to gang tackle and the running back pushes for 3-4. No, and that's consistent with all the Bulldogs. Carter's the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Smith the same way. These guys go after the legs. That's something I respect.
Hey, shout out to Philly Mike in the building, one that goes to the Eagles contest. Stopping in. Salute to you, my guy. What Mike says, don't poo-poo on TJ Edwards. Look at the advanced stats, bro. Not just on the surface. Look at the film too. Well, what do you say about that, LG?
I respect Mike, man. But I did look at the film, and I'm a savant with this thing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to differentiate play of a linebacker. His play again is subtle. He's a catcher. He
Mm-hmm.
catches tackles. He's not an attacker. I can't explain this enough. If you watch the game and you see the way that T.J. Edwards plays, he's not an attacker. He's a catch linebacker. If you look at Kobe Dean, you didn't see Kobe Dean looking at anything this in the little time that you seen him play. Everything Nakobe Dean was doing was coming downhill.
Yeah.
You can't in your mind, you can't even picture TJ Edwards coming downhill. All you see is TJ Edwards backing up, and then somebody make a play and he chases and he catches. That's what he does, bro. That's his game. There's a
And
reason why he was drafted.
I don't think you're calling him saying he was a crappy linebacker. We're not like really
No.
pooping on him. He did his job. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's a difference from a guy that's going to be like, I feel like a star linebacker. Like you said, sticking your nose in the dirt. I mean, in the hole every time you need him to be in the hole, he's going to be right there. Anticipating the play and making big plays after it. You know what I'm saying? Not just like you say, catching.
Yeah.
Catching.
But let me say this, B. Let me say this, and this is self-explanatory. We can sit here and do this about TJ Edwards. Who was the leader of that defense last year? You see how hard you got to do that?
Yeah.
That ain't supposed to be when you got a middle linebacker.
That's facts.
Your little linebacker
Ray
should be the
Lewis.
leader
Yeah, you think of the best linebackers, you know who it is, right off the jump.
See how we had to sit here and think about it, and now you just desperately trying to find somebody. Who was the leader of the Eagles defense last year? Because I can't name him. Name him.
They had levels of leaders, I guess. You want to talk about it. The secondary leader.
Let me tell you something. Your middle linebacker is your leader of your defense.
Facts.
I don't give a damn how young he is, and his game has to speak for it. Mm-hmm. So Nakobe Dean game is going to speak for it, but he is going to be your leader of that defense. That's your leader.
Then Nakobe Dean played 34 total snaps. Yeah, but I feel like he was redshirted last year, Mike. I feel like that was a redshirt year. He didn't, like you said, I think was the last show, that Nakobe was doing so good, like in practice, that he pushed those other two guys, White and Edwards, and these guys to stay on the field. They knew that they couldn't mess up one time or Dean was going to be in the game to the point where they had great years. You know what I'm saying? They had good years for this football team. That's why we made the defense was so good, but they couldn't miss a beat because they knew that, Dean would be in that football game. I like when you said that last week.
Yes. I mean, it's just like when you look at things and you look at our problem last year was we was giving up catches over the middle. That's your middle linebacker. That's your linebacker. What they're doing is they're dragging because TJ Edwards is not fast. So the teams were taking advantage of him being slow-footed and him being a catch linebacker. That's all I'm saying, And last year, we caught a break because them teams weren't that damn good. This year, we ain't catching them breaks. You're going to have to go out there and make plays from that position.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I think that Dean's going to be a star.
Yeah, the other thing is,
dog.
Why wasn't TJ Edwards was your blitzer? When we blitz, how many times you see T. Edwards blitz? You didn't. You know why? Because he's not a good blitzing linebacker. Mm-hmm. He's handicapped. I'm just trying to tell you. Now, when we blitz this year, guess who's going to be your blitzer? Nakobe Dean. We ain't got to search for him.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, bro. I know a dog when I see a dog. I don't see a dog in T.J. Edwards. You can look at him now. He played in their preseason games. He wasn't making no plays for Chicago. I'm just saying.
Ooh, the talent around him. And that's another thing you got to look at too with TJ Edwards. The talent around him maybe made him look a little bit better. I was never that big of a TJ Edwards fan, to be honest with you. He was a good linebacker, but I want a great linebacker. I miss having a great linebacker, a great leader of the defense, like you said, like the Ray Lewis types, that are out there and they're just like you said, they're the alpha of that defense. They're gonna call the plays. Like even hearing Jordan Davis talk about how it's good to have him back there now because he can tell him you're in the wrong gap. He can scoot him over. He knows everybody's job and he knows the best position to put the guys in when he is calling these plays. So. I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited for him. Like, I really do feel that he's going to take it to the next level for sure this year.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And then Cunningham, having that veteran next to you, you definitely teaching Nakobe, you know what I'm saying? And this kid, man, he led the league in tackles when he each year he played or what have you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I look for him to help Nakobe hone his skill set as well. You know, but let's not act like Nakobe Dean ain't played at no high level. He may not have done it here, but again, he did it for a national championship team. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, not only that, those guys follow you to the NFL. So the same guys he was playing with in college, they're here in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got to even look far. You have to be able to identify talent. That's what makes us special as Eagle fans and content creators. If you don't have that ability and that capacity to identify talent before the people make
Mm-hmm.
their name, that's how
Yeah.
you do this thing. And the way that you do it is you be honest with yourself. You don't
Mm-hmm.
just be a fanboy. You be honest with yourself and you look at tape and you can see why certain things happen. I can see why TJ Edwards had the tackles that he had. He played
Mm-hmm.
damn near every down. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna make tackles just by default. Just by default.
And then I think to the other side of that is like you really can't downgrade a guy either because everybody knows, when that draft came with Jacoby Dean, coming out, a lot of people had him in that first round to get him. A lot of people had us to go get a linebacker in the first round. We just said how we wouldn't do it. He's not gonna get a linebacker in the first round. He didn't. He waited to the third to get him, but he still was one of the names. Who was it? The Lloyd cat,
Mm-hmm.
the dude from Alabama,
Yep.
Harris, and then it was N'Kobe Dean that we
Yeah.
hope we go ahead and get him. If Hobby were to change the stripes, go ahead and get him. Now he did fall to us to the third, but we still got him, and everybody was excited. But I think when everybody didn't see that he got that playing time last year, it's kind of where everybody's now kind of doing the whole Jalen Hurts approach. You
Yeah.
gotta see. You
Well,
gotta see. Hold on. I gotta see it happen first before I can back him up. Full time. When you knew he was a stud, you went that whole before the draft period watching tape on the Kobe D, watching tape on the guy, knowing that he is a beast out there in that football field. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're at a point where you kind of like you're trying to hinder back a little bit to see what you're gonna see. Before you do it. I'm all aboard. I think he's gonna be a stud out there, like you said, a superstar out there.
I hear the football talking heads on the Kobe Dean saying, "Well, it's the reason why he went late. He went in the third round." No, there's not. It's not the reason. You got to understand what happens in this game when you coming out of college. You got all the agents, right? They start scrambling for these top players. Kobe Dean, as you just said, was one of the top linebackers. He won the awards and everything. He won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So he was one of the top linebackers that all teams was being sought after, right? Now, what
Mm-hmm.
happened was you got an agent that tells one of the reporters or the beat writers and the talking heads, yo, say that Nakobe got a shoulder problem.
Mm-hmm.
Put that out there. Now that goes in the airways. Now it's going into teams and GMs is hearing, oh, whoa, he got to, okay, well, we're going to fall back off of it and let's sit back and watch. All because he did not choose that agency to represent him. He chose another agency. So the agency that wanted to sign him, he didn't sign with, that's what they'll do. Y'all guys
Mm-hmm.
got to watch out for stuff like that. This is real talk. Nakobe Dean didn't miss nothing. So they said he had a pec problem. He could have played every down last year if he would have got on that damn field.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Why
And you
wasn't
ain't
letting
seen
him?
nothing going on with
Harry
him now.
wasn't letting him.
So where was all that? Where was the surgeries and everything? Where it was that? They said he had surgery, bro. This man ain't had no damn surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hurt over that. That cost that man millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that chip there, it's there. And I like it. I like it being there.
A
Yeah.
team full of chips, baby.
Yeah.
Players with the chips on their shoulder.
Yeah.
That's gonna help us win that championship.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this on there too, where they're talking about, this is as good as a roster if they've seen over the last 33 years. I'm gonna, what I was doing that show when he was doing the show. This is the best team they've ever seen. Who has said that again? Let me see. I can see
I
at the
said
bottom.
it. I know I said it.
You said it too.
Yeah.
So you agreed. This is the
I,
best team we've ever
one
seen
one
for
thousand percent.
Philadelphia Eagles.
1,000%. No one can never come and tell me what team they feel on paper was better than this team. I'm all ears. Please help me, educate me.
Let's see if you can think of a team real fast. The team T.O. and McNabb went to the Super Bowl.
No, no.
No?
Todd Pinkston at receiver over Devontae Smith.
But is either one of them as good as T.O.?
Yeah, yes,
AJ might be better than T.O. now that I think
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I think
Look
he
at the
got to be a
number.
little bit. He got to
All
be a
you
little
got,
bit more consistent at it.
yeah,
But
for
T.O. was a
sure.
Hall of Famer.
Right. But that's all fine. That's a body of work. But I'm saying, talent wise, AJ is as good as T.O. talent wise. You
Yeah.
can't do the body of work because one ain't played that long yet. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
AJ already, he's already getting he got the yards, he got the catches. He's coming. But I'm not saying he's better than T.O. I'm saying that talent wise, he's just as talented as T.O.
Okay.
He's definitely a better route runner than T.O.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't act like T.O. didn't drop balls. I don't see AJ dropping many balls. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it 1,000 now. We're
Yeah,
gonna do this.
we do got the best receiving core we've ever had ever.
Yeah,
Even
absolutely we do.
even better than Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun Jackson. And that's one of my best favorite receiving cores that we've had.
Tight end. There's no tight end better than Dallas Goedert that we had.
You can argue Ertz maybe.
No, you can't because
No,
why?
because Ertz
Ertz
wasn't as
wasn't a
good.
blocker. Ertz didn't want no parts of blocking. He was a seam route catcher. He wasn't no yak guy. He didn't get you yak yards. He didn't. If you
Mm,
touch Ertz, he's down. You could play
mm.
two-hand touch with Ertz. Let's keep it 1,000. We're gonna keep it a buck.
Dang.
The O-line, the total O-line is better. Everybody.
We've had some really good ones though.
Exactly, we did.
We've had some
Everybody's
really
better.
good O line. That's one spot that I was like, you might can throw a couple of years in there that
Nope.
had a similar style. Like the year, what was it? Was it JPP on one side,
Mm-hmm.
Ty Harriman,
Mm-hmm.
uh, was Kelsey still too? Early
No.
Kelsey? No,
Yeah, you can go there.
it was
Okay.
early
But
Kelsey.
I don't think Kelsey played with Harriman though.
No, you're right. I'm
Might have,
thinking
but I'm just saying that.
it was an
Listen,
early Kelsey. If
yeah,
Hank Fraley, I think it was Hank Fraley though.
yeah.
It was Hank
Ain't
Fraley. Yeah.
ain't none of them guys better than Lane
Yeah, you're
Johnson.
right, man. It's
I'm just telling you, bro. I'm keeping it a buck.
I can't think of it. And then you're talking about you're really trying to nitpick positions as opposed to really thinking about it all the way through in terms of the whole roster.
Yeah,
Like we haven't even talked about the defensive side yet. We're about to get on that side of football. And
right.
it's like, whoa, that's a whole nother beast in itself over there. To say, yeah, we definitely have to have. You said JPP, Kels, Brooks, Lane, and Sam Malu.
JPP, Kelsey, Sayamalo, Lane.
Hmm. Well, Lane's a wash, Kel's a wash. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta count those two out because they're still here and they're
Right.
still playing at a high level. They're still the best at their position. So you count those
Mm-hmm.
out. Now you're going Sayamalu
He
versus
ain't better than Dickerson.
well, I wasn't even gonna go that route. I was gonna say Sayamalu better than Jurgensen, which I really don't think he is. I think that's gonna be an upgrade with Jurgensen just because he's younger, faster, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But Sayamalu was serviceable for sure.
Right.
Brooks, now that's the point. Are you saying Brooks is better than Landon Dickerson?
No, Brooks was playing where Jurgens is playing right now. Brooks didn't play that side. So
Yeah,
let's
that's true. That's true.
keep it a buck.
I'm just saying in terms of skill, like if you're breaking it down skill for skill, guys, you know,
Yeah. I
you
mean, I'm going position for position.
okay, position for position, okay. So
Yeah.
Sam Malo played on the left then,
Right.
right? And that means Landon's better than Sam Malo, hands down. We're not gonna make that argument. So the only one you really got is you think JPP was better than Mylata?
Jordan Mailata. Yeah, I would give you that.
So 2 out of 3, you're basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
That still means we still got the best line in there. I
Right.
like it. I like it. That's a good one, though. I like that was a good matchup to try to compare, though, Mike. I like how you threw that one up there. Shout out to you, Drew. He said, reporting live from Germany, 3 a.m. Amp. Always enjoying OG set. it straight. Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for all the support, my guy, with the $5 super chat from Germany. Even woo, 3 a.m. in
What's
the
up?
morning.
That's what's up, Drew.
In the morning, 3 right now.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, I get this knowledge, man.
He said special teams, linebacker, safeties are the only problems of concern.
Um, I I think it's a little early to say that because we haven't seen this special teams play yet.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah,
And if we get Patterson, boy, you
right.
can just
As far
edge
as him
out
saying,
that special team.
yeah, but as far as him saying concern, yeah, it is a concern. So because we haven't seen them yet, you know what I'm saying. So I could give you that, but the way we playing special teams now, I mean, it ain't, bro. It's not even that serious anymore, you know.
Right.
So and
No one's even
then
what did they just do again this year? What they made it so they moved the kickoff up or something like that?
yeah, so you're gonna get more touchbacks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I hate I didn't even touch that, man. 'Cause
Well,
now we
what
don't
they
get to see cats like, you know, what was the guy, the human joystick, Dante
yeah.
Hall, or Devin Hester's anymore. Like you gotta let that roll. You gotta let that roll.
Well, what's happening now is, and I'll explain this to Ike Reese, is that Ike Reese was raising a question. He said, "Man, why we didn't back when I was playing? We didn't get rest days. We didn't get days off. We didn't get this. We did." I said, "Ike, here's the difference. Back then, when you played, y'all was thousandaires. You had few millionaires.
Facts.
This team, this is $1 billion team now. So
Yeah.
you're not going to put your Mercedes or your Bentley out there. You're not
No.
driving that every day. You know what I'm saying? Back when you played, y'all was Camrys and Cadillacs and stuff like that. Now you're sports cars. You know what I mean? So owners paying these players way too much money to lose them to injuries because of stress on the body. So you got to take care of these players.
I get that, but I'm still not a guy. I still think, even though it's worked for us in terms of not playing your starters in preseason, and that's only because they added a whole new thing. That's that, joint practice thing where it's organized one-on-ones going against each other, battling. So if you didn't have that, I would say you still would need to have, starters playing in a preseason game. But having that is a way out of it. I just feel football's football, and I don't care how much money you get paid. And for me, I feel like if you got paid that much more money, you should want to be out there that much more. You should have these guys that much. Make them earn their money, man. Make them
Yeah,
earn their money. Like
yeah.
you said, those guys back in the day, they were playing just as good.
Let me
You
say
know
this.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
let
as
me say
hard, and they were getting paid that much
right,
less.
but let me say this to you, and I'll say this to Ike too. If you Jeffrey Lurie and you paying Jalen Hurts what you paying him, you paying Lane Johnson, you paying all these guys millions and 14 million, you ain't paying them that to see them sitting over there with sweatsuits on because you got them because they got hurt in a preseason game.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? So if my players are going to get hurt, I would much rather you get hurt in a real game. If I can alleviate, and all the difference is I'm going to be a little behind in terms of timing coming into the season. I'll take that because I'm coming in healthy. I can time and I can get.
But
I can
don't you
get
think that can cause a person to get hurt? Be a
no,
little bit off when you talk about the live bullets are flying in game one, and you're a little bit rusty.
no. You understand something. Strength and conditioning. These guys take these conditioning tests. Okay. Understand this. The stuff that we don't see when the media is not allowed, that's when they're running their real plays. That's when they're working out real, doing the real thing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So no, I don't want to risk hurting my guys in practice and in training camp. I would much rather have you get hurt. If you're going to get hurt, I would much rather you get hurt in the game.
Facts. That's true though.
That's it.
I'd
That's
rather that it be that
you know,
situation too. Shout out to
yeah.
Philly Mike with a $10 super chat. He said, "This for GP. It's all love. Just talking what I believe for real, for real. And that's all love, man. That's what we love to do too. We just talking what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
Much respect to you and your opinions too, my guy. I love working with you myself. And everybody got their own taste there. Everybody had their own players that they like, on the football team. And that's our choice.
Yes,
That's your
sir.
choice. You know what I'm saying? You like TJ Edwards? Like I said, he's not trash. You know what I'm saying? But I really think Dean's gonna be a better guy. You know, um, But other than that, man, salute to you. Shout out to you for that $10 super
But
chat,
but but
man.
tell Philly Mike this here, and I can talk to him. Let's just keep some receipts.
Yeah,
You visit the show. Let's keep the receipts, and
right.
and I'll walk you down. That's all.
Hey, we get Philly Mike on. Philly Mike, we gonna get you on. Let's try to get you on one of the next couple of episodes of OG Calls. That'd be tight to get you on
Yeah,
here. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you back when I get off here, Mike, and we're gonna talk about getting you on here to be a guest. We can have some nice conversations live together.
yeah,
Because I love hearing everybody's opinion. I love people, putting their own 2 cents. That's why we all do this anyway. To give our opinion, to show people love. That we like on the team. Because there's players that I bet you there's players that you probably liked over the years that other people haven't liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a huge a Jason Avant guy, and people liked him, but I thought he was really crucial to their offense back in those days. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like, he was the main piece, and he wasn't a starting outside receiver.
yeah.
He was that slot guy, that tough guy that whenever you need a third down, you throw it to Jason. He's right there. He's gonna make that catch for you. Now he had a really big
Special
impact.
and special teams too. He's a
Yeah, special teams
good
too.
special teams guy.
Yeah, so you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Let's get to this defensive side of football, man. And it's hard not to talk about it, but man, look at this. Look at this. This is the Eagles, starting D line, Reddick. I mean, not starting D line, but obviously they're all the defensive players they got on this team. Reddick, Graham, Carter, Fletch, Sweat, Davis, Nolan, Milt Williams, Jomu, Street, Barnett, Tuilupu, Patrick Johnson, man. Run, quarterbacks, run, because these big boys about to be after you all game long. What rotation you want to deal with and think that's going to be easier for you? Because I don't see not one rotation you can make up that will make me feel confident if I was a quarterback going into the game next year.
Hmm. Um, this D line man is as special as we've ever had. Um,
And
I
that's a
think,
fact.
yeah. I'm gonna just say this right now. It's gonna be hell to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see a quartet is what I call the offensive lineman. I don't see a quartet of offensive linemen that is going to be able to block our D line. We got high low guys. Jordan Davis is a rusher. His job, he's going to push you back. So if you try to double him, then that means there's two guys going back, or Jordan Davis is stalemating you. Then you got Carter, who is a low guy, so he's coming low. And then you got Reddick coming around the end, off the edge. Then you got Sweat. Sweat is going to have about 16. I got him going 16 sacks this year. Sweat.
Woo!
Yeah, he's going to
You
have a
got Swag
breakout.
160. What do you think Reddick getting this year?
Reddick he'll have double figures. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll have double figures. I don't think he's going to have what he had last year. I think the leading sackster on our team this year is going to be Sweat.
Woo! I like that take. That's a
Hmm.
bold take. 'Cause I think this is the year Reddick goes to like the 20 sack club. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the way I've been watching him this offseason, he's looking great. You know what I'm saying? He's looking good. And with that defensive line beefing up this year, that's going to be that many more opportunities for him to get those sacks. And if you look at the end of the season last year into the playoffs, he really didn't even need a defensive line to do what he was doing. He was the causing force on a lot of that defense, momentum. It was Reddick. In the beginning of the game, from beginning to the end of the game, he was bringing that heat off the jump. Even when they tried to double team, he was still, bringing that heat. So I like that. I love Josh Sweat. He has gotten better every single year he's been in it. That's another steal by Howie. Shout out to Howie Roseman, king of the cap out there, because he got him knowing that he coming off that injury. And it did take him a couple of years, but every year he did get better. But now you're starting to see that elite Sweat that we were expecting to see, earlier in his career.
Here's what I want people to understand. Then the reason why I would say that I don't think that Reddick will get that 20 sacks, because we've already put the league on notice. So teams are going up against us, the offenses are going to be teaching their players, or their focal point is going to be getting rid of the ball early. Get rid of it. They're not going to hold on to the ball. We're playing better teams this year. So that means you're going to play better offensive linemen this year. Last year, we played a weak schedule. So that's why our numbers was what they were. This year, we're going up against better teams. So when you say better teams, The only way you're a better team is because you're good at both ends of the line of scrimmage. You got good D
No.
lines, good O lines. So, and then accommodated with that, you got the offensive coordinators that's going to be stressing to their quarterbacks not to hold on to the ball. So they're going to be getting rid of the ball early and soon. We're going to see a lot of screens. We're going to see a lot of draw plays. We're going to see, you're not going to see these guys sitting back there waiting for stuff to open up down the field. So
Yeah.
that's going to cut back off of the sacks of Reddick
Mhm.
and Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Because they take us serious now. We put the league on notice. You can't pity pat that ball.
I get it, but I feel like with the pressure of a Carter and a Jordan Davis up the middle now, you're
Mm-hmm.
kind of pushing them out that way.
Right, but
You know what I'm saying?
they going good quarterbacks throw the ball away.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you're not going to get them sacks like that. You're not going to get these guys just taking sacks because they understand what that does to your offense. You know what I'm saying? So throw the ball away, punt it, and but we'll see.
Shout out to Mike again with the $2 super chat. He said, Dean gonna be better, but I'm not poo pooing on TJ. I get it. We get it. We get it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it either. Yeah.
But I feel like, so you look at the sack, I think we break the sack record first and foremost this year. And it comes from pretty much the same players. I think it'll be like Sweat getting a lot, Reddick getting a lot. I think like I'm not gonna say Carter Davis are gonna be able to produce the Hargrave numbers in terms of sacks together, them combined together, be able to produce that. But I also see Dean is getting some sacks this year that we didn't get from our linebacker position last year. So that's coming over. Will Brandon Graham go double digits again this year? I don't know. I think there's a lot more competition on the edge. You don't really need him too long as he does get him when he is in the game.
Yeah.
So, but I think we definitely. I think, like you said, it's going to be Reddick, and then you got Nolan Smith. I think he's going to get some sacks there too this year. So we got enough people to break the record. But I do think the two lead would be Reddick and Sweat this year, and like they're gonna be dog Sweat. Like you said, I see him getting double digit again. I can see him hitting that, 13 to 15 range. If everything going good, because you think you're trying to stop the middle, you're trying to stop. They've kind of play on the same side. He's an outside linebacker and he's a DN coming in. I don't know how people keep saying Reddick's a DN because we still had Brandon Graham and Sweat on the field. He's an outside linebacker on most plays anyway. So they all get an opportunity to get
On the roster, they got him as a linebacker. So
yeah.
but we already know what that is.
So Jalen Carter, they said it's like a F-150. What they say? What they say about this boy? They said it's like trying to stop a Ford F-150 when he's coming. Do you think everybody's just overhyping this guy? This offseason? We've seen some nice plays so far, but it's not like the first time we've seen some rookies come in and do some nice things in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Do you think when the Bullets are live this season, this is going to be the defensive player rookie of the year? Hands down, you will see that he should have been the number one pick of the draft. And that being said, he should be, a Pro Bowler in his first year.
Let me make a correction to that right there. F-150?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Nakobe Dean. Jalen Carter is a F-250.
Woo!
A F-350.
My Mack truck.
Yeah, Super Duty. That's a Super Duty truck there. And here's what you got to look at. And you said that we've seen rookies come in and do da-da-da-da. We haven't seen this, not on this team. You haven't seen rookies come in and make the splash and get the notoriety, the compliments, the breakdowns that Carter is getting right now. This is coming from his teammates who goes up against him on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Offensive lineman and the D lineman telling you about this kid. He's special, brother. He's special. You cannot even tell me another D tackle that plays the way that he plays in this game right now today. You can't give me one. And I'm telling you, in terms of leverage, what makes him special is the fact that he's got power coming from down low. See, most D tackles, their power is when they coming out of their stance.
Mm-hmm.
his power is consistent from low to high. And then he's got good feet, and
Yeah.
then he's strong. Then he's got the dog in him. That's how you
Aaron
identify.
Donald, they said comparisons.
Say that again.
They said that Aaron he gets Aaron Donald sim
I
comparisons.
I don't look at them as the same. I
Well,
think
that's good.
was a little light in the ass, to be honest with you. He's
Mm-hmm.
like he's in the 200s. Aaron Donald's never been 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a good comparison to me. I think the best comparison to Carter is Jerome Brown. That type of and if you see him play, he plays more like Warren Sapp. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He's got that low gravity. You know what I'm saying? And he's powerful as hell.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. And he also reminds me of John Randall from Minnesota.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a nice one.
that's the kind of power this guy
That's a
plays.
nice one right there.
Yeah, so I'm just telling people, you know, and this is how we have to congregate in terms of breaking down our players. You have to be able to see the talent before the world sees it. That's what makes us special.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is turn on the tape, look at his feet, look at his game. You can go to college and look at all that because that don't change. What changes that when you come to the NFL is your technique gets better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you look for in dominance.
Yeah, he's gonna be dominant. So, do you think he is? You're not comparing him to Donald, but he's saying he's gonna have that kind of impact year
Oh,
one.
absolutely, yes, for
So
sure.
by the end of this season, you can see it. People saying that this guy is top 10.
Well, they already got him. They already got him picked as defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah. So yeah, this is the real deal here.
Would you be mad if Jordan Davis is that guy this year, though?
Would I be mad? No.
Not mad in a sense. Obviously, you want our team to be good. He's on our team, but like how we hyping up the Carter, but Jordan Davis, like, hold on, little brother, I'm
No.
still here.
Here's
I'm that
here's
monster.
here's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Jordan Davis's assignment is going to be the same assignment that he had in college to bring him to the NFL, where you've seen Jordan Davis dominate at. He was basically dominant in the sense that he took up blocks. He's a block eater.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a system and it's a team effort. See, we're looking at one player getting numbers, but I'm telling you the reason why Jordan Davis is going to, because he can dominate at what you're asking him to do, which is going to open up for Jalen Carter to do
Mm-hmm.
what he's going to do. They're two different type of players. See, Carter's not a block eater. He don't eat block. He's too fast, so he gets around you. He can
Mm-hmm.
eat you up. Jordan Davis is not that type of player.
But
He's
he's
big,
just as fast as not faster though. That's what I'm always saying.
right, and he is, but he's
Mm-hmm.
stout. He's so big that you don't want to utilize. You don't want to take away his ability to draw double team blocks. See, drawing double team blocks to me is more important than my D tackle, not my DN, is more important than my D tackle getting sacks like Hargrave did.
That's
I
fact.
didn't need Hargrave to give me double figure sacks. I needed Hargrave to play the run better. I needed Hargrave to take up a double team. We've never almost didn't see Hargrave take on double teams and be effective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I need that out of Jordan Davis. So I don't need him to be doing what we're looking at Carter to do. They're two different type of players, and they play different.
What do you be that pro cap? He said Davis is a Vince Wilford. I say more talented because he is more talented. Like Davis has some of the best numbers ever for defensive tackle. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
know it's combine numbers, but I'm just saying for men that size,
Yeah,
for
I
men that
we
size, like
go
he,
with a Wilford. It's just in terms of the height. Wilford is more of a fire plug. Basically, he was hard to move. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to move him. I don't give a damn how many people you bring at him. You wasn't moving him from in that middle.
right?
is more of a giant. So he's 6'7", 6'8". So he's
Yeah.
tall and he's big. So you're looking for him to push back. And with
Mhm.
Wilford, what you're looking for him to do is just plug that middle up
Oh,
and not allow anything to get through there. So he played a three technique, you know. So we're not playing that type of technique here.
kind of like an early Calais Campbell.
Yeah, yeah. And
You know.
I look at Jordan Davis as a Big John Henderson
Yeah.
from Jacksonville. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a big one.
that's Jordan Davis, Big John
I
Henderson.
just feel like this. That's the thing. Like we compare him to these guys, but I feel like that speed, and athleticism part of it, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we know that he does have that. Could be the game changer. I kind of put that into making him more of the bigger Warren Sapp. Just because he is bigger, but he has that same kind of speed and athleticism where he could do it. And we seen him so far in practice. The last practice I remember he had 2 sacks. Carter had 2 sacks, and both of these guys are getting that pressure deep into the backfield. It took him, last year he got redshirted as well, but he learned from like all the Ghosts, the Sues, the Limvoffs, the Hargraves, the Fletcher Costs to the point where now he understands it all. And when you got a guy that big, you just really want him to understand his technique. And once he understands that technique, now he can play forcefully. And I think everybody, like I said, that's just my opinion about it. I think everybody just kind of pigeonholes him to that Georgia thing. I just feel like he went to Georgia and that's what he was asked to do. And he weighed like 100 more pounds. You know what I'm saying? Almost 100 more pounds, 60 pounds more, when he was playing there as opposed to now. So you got to look for different expectations now, especially second year as a pro, as you did, even the beginning of last year and this time in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want to pick. I don't want to like try to do anything new with him. If I know what I'm trying to do with him is going to be just as effective as me trying him out with him, I want to keep him in his lane. I don't want to try to make Jordan Davis do something that I don't. The expectation of him is not there. Now, if he comes out and surprises us, I'm welcoming it. But for right now, I want to focus on using Jordan Davis at what he's best at, and
Yeah.
that's a eater. He eats up blockers. So that's what I need out of him.
I know we talked about the linebackers a little bit. Let's go to these cornerbacks. Do you still see Bradbury and Slay having the same type of year, or if not better years this year?
No, they're not. I don't see them having better years because, again, the type of receivers we're going up against this year. So this year you're going to see, and it's going to appear that Slay is dropping off and fall, but because he's going up against top receivers now this year. Last year we didn't have those receivers for him to do that with, even though he handled Jefferson pretty good in that game,
Nah,
But
he had some good receivers last year too, though. He
yeah,
did his thing. They
well,
both kind of did their thing, though.
I remember Slay when we had them big dogs come through that year when DeAndre Hopkins came through, 80
Mm-hmm.
Seattle received 80.
DK.
Yeah, I remember
Mm-hmm.
that year. So I keep receipts. Okay.
But I feel
And
like those years the team wasn't as good either. The defense
right,
wasn't as
right.
good.
I give you that.
You
I
got to
give,
realize,
I
like
give you
we
that.
talked about
But
before, they're only going to have to stop these guys for like 3
right,
seconds, 2
right.
seconds, two, three
Yeah.
seconds.
So again, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I see us being stout. I see us being solid there at both of those positions, but I don't see that year. I don't, I don't, and again, the opportunities is not going to be for us to be thrown on like that with the D line that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just keep an eye on these guys. You
So
know,
no Pro Bowl, all pro for both of them
no, no,
not this year.
no,
Okay.
no.
What about these UDF, cornerbacks we got? Everybody's talking about this guy right here, Ricks.
Oh
I
man,
think I think the play that everybody has seen is not even close to his ceiling that he has. That's what he's talking about. He did what everybody's seeing. He's like, that's not even the ceiling that I have for myself. You know what I'm saying? He made the team as an undrafted free agent. He went to Alabama, right? Or no, he went to LSU.
hmm and
You
both
know,
he played at both.
he played at both. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He played at the big schools. Him, Josh Jobe, Goodrich. These are some undrafted guys that didn't make the roster. Do you see any of these guys making impacts to make us feel like, okay, Slay, Bradbury, either one of you guys can go because we got these guys to lock in right after you?
You obviously ain't going to see them this year. They're going to be more or less red-shirted this year. You'll see them on special teams. But Ricks is a dog. He's a real dog, great anticipation. He's got great hips. He got great footwork. He's not afraid. The difference between Ricks and Akili is Keely seemed apprehensive a lot. He's not confident in his coverage skills. Okay. He'll be there to make a play, but then he don't make the play. Ricks is confident and he knows how to forget that last play. There's two different type of corners. You got those who knows how to forget the play that they gave up, and then you got those who allow the previous play to affect their psyche.
Yeah. Do you think one of them takes over that third cornerback spot from Maddox?
Maddox been getting hurt for us, man, the last few years. So he better tighten his bootstraps up this year. Because
he's hurt this year, right? Same toe thing, right? This year he was hurt. He's out already.
He better tighten up because he's on his way out the door. Because now, technically, the corners that we have right now is more talented than Maddox.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Here's how you got to do this. We got to
made an impact last year for us before he got hurt. When he went out, you seen the difference.
Yeah, but
the defense looked when he did go out as a football guy. I will give him that props to know that he did have an impact when he did get hurt last year.
Let me say this here. I want to calm down.
Okay.
What I'm saying about Maddox, remember when we got him? We got him at a time where we needed corners. We needed safety. We needed this. The same way we did Boston Scott. Now that we got better talent, that need of what that player gives you is not that great.
Yeah.
Now you got guys that's more talented than Maddox. The only thing Maddox got over these guys is experience.
Yes.
But Maddox, is vulnerable.
He's smaller.
Right.
Not as lengthy, not as fast.
Only one thing I do, I keep it a buck, bro. I don't give a damn what's on this hat and this shirt. I keep it a buck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in that position, I know I played that. I know that position. And I see things. And again, I'm going to tell you, where were we weak at? Over the middle. Where's Maddox at? Over the middle. So he gets all that smoke. He gets the same smoke I give to TJ Edwards and to Epps, who was scared to make a tackle.
Yeah.
Okay? So they get all that smoke. Maddox got to show me that he got staying power this year. Because I got his replacement. Believe that. I got that.
Out of those corners, who would you throw in there first?
Ricks.
Over Joe.
Yes.
And over Goodrich.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But Job is the one that they're gonna put in before that. I'm just saying, I know how they doing it. But with my talent evaluation, Ricks is that guy. Yeah. He's that guy.
That's nice, man. That's nice. The cornerback position looking nice. It's looking nice. We got a lot of good DBs back there.
Who Ricks reminds you of? He reminds you of Patrick Peterson.
Okay.
That's who he plays like.
I see that.
That's who he plays like the Patrick Peterson that was that guy. That's how Ricks plays. Yeah.
I like Peterson. That's good comp. That's good comp.
Joe plays like Sam Madison. Them guys. You know.
Oh yeah, Madison was nice.
Yeah. So he plays.
Both nice.
See these.
Our Champ Bailey. That was my favorite corner coming up.
Who was it?
Champ Bailey.
Yeah, and Troy Vincent. Joe plays like Troy Vincent.
Troy Vincent, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too, man.
Yeah. And Job is the Champ Bailey type player. He that type. But that Rick's type, that's a special corner there. You get Camardi, you know what I'm saying? You get Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
Because he's lengthy and he knows how to squat. He knows how to sit down. He knows how his break is just outstanding. His break on the balls are crazy.
Asante Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel. I don't see him on this team in terms of who just yet. Samuels was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Samuels was thrown.
Ball.
So sometimes when you're a little flighty, you take chances that you ain't supposed. So he did a lot of stuff that he wasn't supposed to be doing. So he's out there playing more selfish football than anything. So I wouldn't recommend his style of play to anybody.
You didn't think he was great though?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Okay. Good.
Just
Yeah.
telling
Like.
you that
It,
I don't like that type of risky business. See, he
okay.
goes out there to try to. He thinks of himself. He don't think of what's best for the team in terms of he doing stuff that is not his assignment and that's not how the play was supposed to go. But he made the plays, so I give you credit for that. But that's not what I would choose to have. As my I need guys disciplined, and
You said Dion.
Dion nowhere on this team.
Ha!
No.
I think Dion's best corner ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hands down.
There's no Dion's in this league right now.
And
No.
also, now I'm glad you brought him up to Scoop, because I did want to play this clip. How you feel about, man, Dion, what he did, as a head coach, man, with Colorado? I know, it might not be Colorado fans. I'm not a Colorado fan, but I think it was awesome what he did this last weekend. That team went out there and beat, a 17th ranked TCU, and they did a good job, and then, this was a little bit what he said after. That man is awesome, man. Like,
That's my that's my dog, man.
Saturn, man. Salute to Dion. Do you think he'll go pro coaches? Be a pro coach one day? Or you
Yeah,
think this is like one of the things where he's just using this to get to a bigger school and be like the next Saban type guy? Or you think he's gonna take his kids all the way to the pros?
yeah.
Be-
He wants to go to the pros, but I think his bigger his focus is on getting his sons settled in. You know,
Mhm.
he wants to stay there. He's going to stay there to see that happen. So I was very impressed with what they did yesterday. But I would just caution people to pump your brakes a little bit. His son had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
They had a hell of a game. They did that fast-paced offense and catching people off. But you got to understand, if you watched the national championship last year, he took the game plan that Georgia, did with them. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did the same thing. Basically, took that game plan and he implemented with his team.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of keeping them. See, when you playing that 3-man front, bro, that wears your defense down. I don't know what the hell they thinking about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because basically, you're basically telling the team, just do what you want to do to me. Because you ain't rushing them. Your three, even the three linemen that they got ain't quick enough or big enough to do anything in terms of putting pressure on the quarterback. So they just sitting there. So Deion's son he just picked them apart.
Yeah.
But that's not what's going to happen throughout this season. TCU has been known to giving up big plays. That was their problem.
Yeah. Not good on defense, good on offense.
Right. So I'm not going to read too much into that yesterday. I'm going to give Deion his credit. He deserves it. But I need to see it. Now they're going
He
to
said
want.
it's not it. He said this is what you're gonna see every week.
Yeah,
And
they're
I know
going to.
that's your job to say it, but do you believe that team, watching that team play, was that good enough to go against someone at least? Like I see Eagle fans said, if they stay undefeated till that USC game, it's going to be the biggest game of the year. And I love USC. That's my team.
Yeah,
That's my, I'm a Cali boy. I'm a Trojan to
yeah.
die cat
Uh,
over here. And I think USC got the best quarterback in the league with Caleb Wilson.
and they do.
Williams.
Unfortunately, USC going to boat roll them. I
Yeah, I
yeah.
like it.
I only and I love Deion. That's my favorite player. So
Yeah.
the thing is, you got to be able to compartmentalize. You got to be able to look at the game inside the game. You know what I'm saying? And what I was looking at, there was no, no pressure. Like you never even tempted to pressure the Bucks offense, Buffalo's offense. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. They're going to beat the brakes off of the Cornhuskers. You know what I mean? So that's going to be their second win. So I'm definitely picking them on my pool next year.
I know the Sanders kind of got like all the hype, the son breaking the record passing. The other son had like 10 tackles over there, interception. What
Yeah,
about that Hunter kid
awesome.
playing both ways? Saying he wasn't even tired after the game, but he had
Yeah,
over 100 yards receiving. He had an interception on defense, pass breaks up on defense, man. Like you don't really see that much anymore. The double, the players playing both
yeah,
sides like Deion did. You know what I'm saying? Like he's grooming himself again. And
yeah.
it's Hunter kid.
That interception was probably one of the best interceptions I've seen in my career. Because of what he did, he played it as if he was the receiver. He attacked it, but he didn't even allow it to have a chance to go. It wasn't a bad throw. It was where it needed to be. Everything was perfect with that play, but he broke protocol. He went after that ball. See, what you would be taught to do in that situation is to make that tackle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He went after that ball and he got it. You know what I'm saying? That's a dog, but he cannot play that many snaps in a football game. You're hurting us. You're hurting him.
You don't think he could do that all year long?
No, he'll get hurt. He'll get hurt.
Or he'll be MVP, Heisman Trophy winner.
No, he'll get hurt.
If he played at that high level all season.
First of all,
Would you make a cat like that? That's a better question. Would you make a cat like that? Say he does play the same thing all year long, where he's dominating on defense. Chanel Sanders said he's the best corner in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And he's like one of the best receivers in the nation. If he played that way all year long, wins the Heisman. If you draft this kid, would you make him pick a position? Or would you let him keep riding with it?
I'd let him keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let him keep doing. That's an asset, But you got to understand, a human body and a kid is not. You cannot play him that many snaps. That was not smart to do. I would not recommend that for any. I know how the outcome was, and it was because of who you were playing. But don't try that for the whole season.
Deion did it.
He'll get hurt.
Let's get back to some Eagles football before we get out of here. All right, so what would you think is going to be the biggest matchup just going into this Patriots game? That Juju Smith-Bradbury saga continues again. Juju's on the Patriots. Do you think Juju's going to get the best of Bradbury? Do you think Bradbury's going to shut him down? What's the matchup you really want to see?
I don't think Bradbury will shut him down. I don't think that Juju will get the best of him. Because of the opportunities for Mac Jones. He's not going to have it. So I don't want to play too much into that. To me, that's, it is what it is.
It's hype.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. It's not going to be a cakewalk. New England has a good defense. They're deep back. Their corners and their safeties is top flight. So it's going to be a pretty good challenge for us. You know what I'm saying? So we've known to give up a lot of catches and yards. So
Matt Jones,
something's got to stop. Something's got to, the rebel got to meet the road now. Because
once you say Desai has to stop Matt Jones, Matt Jones is not no scrub, but we really murdered Gannon for giving it up to these subpar quarterbacks,
Yeah,
not elite quarterback. Do you think that as a defense coordinator, he needs to be going into this game? I have to, show that I am a different coach and just go destroy him. Because I feel like we always play good most of the time, in that first game of the season. We
he
just go.
don't have to really go outside of what he is. I can see how he's playing it. If you look at the way our corners was playing in preseason, we're not off 15 yards off the ball now. You know what I'm saying? Our corners are up in your face. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
if you're going to do something, you're going to have to really earn it. Mac Jones is not going to be able to get loose on us, so I don't fear him at all. It's going to be a good game, but we'll win the game easy.
Blowout.
Not a blowout, no, but we'll win it easy because we actually gonna have to get acclimated, like you know what I'm saying, get in our groove. And New England's D line is going to press our O line, so it's going to take us some time to get to get it down.
Way too early before we get ahead. Last one. Way too early. What do you see our team doing the first 10 games to the bye?
I see.
Go again. Tell me.
I
Tell me
see nine.
the week one. New England. You said win.
I,
Minnesota.
I see 9-0.
9-0 undefeated.
Yes.
Not one of those teams look like any kind of trouble to you.
No.
Not even on the split with the Cowgirls. You think we're gonna be able to sweep them this year?
Yes, I do, and here's why I say that. Dak is not ready for this. Dak is learning a new offense. McCartney is he'll be fired by I said week 10. He'll be fired.
Woo!
He'll be fired by week 10. Dak will probably be benched by week 10. Okay. This is not going to go well for them. You're coming in with an older receiver that you went and got in Brandon Cooks, and you're expecting him to be a difference maker for you. Everybody says CeeDee Lamb is an elite wide receiver. He's not. When you cannot make your staple and you cannot make your mark at an outside receiver, you are not elite. He had to go inside to the slot to get what he was trying to get. You
Yeah.
can't be that guy. So he's not a one. He's not the elite receiver that people think he is. This year, you will see it be proven. Their O-line is no good. They don't have an established running game. How the hell are you going to beat us with that many holes in your game?
Facts.
Then that means we ain't that good. If we give up a win to Dallas, we ain't that good. I'm telling you that right now.
What about that Miami team? You got the Waddle,
Like that.
Tyreek Hill.
Miami is one of the teams that scares me, and that's because of their speed. So
Yeah.
I am a little concerned about that game. But Tua, I found a hole in Tua's game. So you play him inside. He's an outside thrower. Remember I told you about that with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Seam route throwers outside the 20. He's a good outside the 20. So you got to squeeze him and make him play that way, but pressure him because he holds on to the ball and to the last minute. So you got to squeeze him inside and play him inside. So I'll play
Those
him.
edge
Then.
rushes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because Tua's not really that athletic. He's
Yeah,
probably more athletic than like Matt Jones, but he's not like athletic to the point where you're really worried about him too much
right,
running the football.
right.
So
Again, he holds on to the ball too long. So
yeah,
I don't think Tua's going to make it through the season. So he's going to end up getting at some point.
hurt again.
Concussion, he's going to have to retire.
Yeah, he should retire if he gets another one for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Let's give him a who do you think is going to be the player of the game in this uh Patriots game? Who's going to be the
Say Swift.
Swift going to be player of the game?
Yes.
Who do you think is going to be the defensive player of the game?
Jalen Carter.
Give me 3 hot takes.
Well, I'm not a hot take guy, but let me try.
I love the hot takes. I like the
Um,
ridiculous ones too.
not
Jalen
just
Hurts is going to have his first 500-yard passing game.
no,
I know
no,
it's not, but
no. You mean just in this game, or you mean
it's
overall?
this game right now. We're going for week 1.
It's really not going to be sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's really going to be a messy game. I got to tell you that. So, but I don't know. Dominance. Jalen Carter is going to dominate the O line. So I'm gonna tell you that right now. They don't have an answer for him.
Since you said Swift is going to be the offensive player of the game, I'm
Yes.
going to say my hot take is Swift has 100 yards receiving, 100 yards rushing, 2+ touchdowns
Mm-hmm.
in the first game. Another hot take I'll give you. I'm going to say our boy Sweat is going to be wiping his head off at
Yeah.
least three
Absolutely.
times, 3+ times this game.
Absolutely. About. I think we'll have about 4 sacks in this game.
And then another hot take is whoever our return guy is, will get a 60+ yard return in the game. Hopefully it's Devin now. I won't see him back there again. But those will be my 3 hot takes. A score prediction for you. Do you do score predictions? Give me an early score prediction. What do you think is going to happen?
I got 35-17.
Ooh, so I like that. A
Yeah.
beat down. It starts out a little closer and the beat down comes on. I like it. I'm gonna go with 31-7. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they're gonna put too many points up. I think that Matt Jones gonna get killed out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's slow footed anyway. They're gonna be hitting that boy left and right. He's gonna be
Yeah.
the first ping pong game for him, where you're just gonna see him go this way, boom, go the other way, boom, go up the middle, boom. He's just gonna be hit all over the football field. But it's gonna definitely be an Eagles win. Hey, salute to you. We still got 35 in here. Salute to you for rocking with us the whole time. Hit that like. You know what I'm saying? Much love to all you guys that supported us, man. Fly Eagles, fly. And another great show. This is OG Calls with BG31. And OGs, check us out next week. We're going to bring it to you every single week. So salute to you, OG. Thanks again for another great show, man. And I look forward to the next one, brother.
Yes, sir, brother. Be easy, man. Y'all have a good one.
We out.
All right.
Peace.